I hear people talk about multiple sclerosis like it's no big deal. After all, their cousins, uncles, neighbors, friend has MS, and all they had to do was change their diet and take some organic supplements, and it all went away. So I must be doing something wrong. Really? I wish that were true. Trust me, MS is not a figment of my imagination. It's real, and despite what you read online, it's not curable yet. And just so you know, it's not caused by a lack of blood flow to the brain, or because I don't eat the right foods, or because I don't spend enough time outside, or don't exercise right, or because I've lived a bad life and haven't been praying enough. Trust me, if you saw the MRIs of my brain and spine, you would see the damage in there. It looks like a battlefield with destruction all over the place. My central nervous system has been attacked by my own immune system, what I call the myelin munchers. You see, our nerves have a coating around them called myelin. It's a lot like the wires that you see in, when you wire up a house. It's got that insulated coating around the wire. Well, that coating around my nerves has been eaten away. And as soon as it's exposed, it starts shorting out and causing all kinds of problems. That's why my legs don't work, why my hands tremble, my vision is blurred, why my muscles spasm and twitch, and why my body is weak. Yeah, I wear a smile most of the time, but that doesn't mean the disease isn't there. It just means I'm doing a pretty good job at covering it up. I should win an Oscar for my performance every day when I go out in public. You see the mask I wear. Let me pull off the mask for a moment. Let me tell you a little bit about the ugly side of MS. And too much of the world doesn't know that it exists. Relapsing remitting is one kind of MS. And a majority of people diagnosed have that type. I got to be one of the lucky ones to have a progressive form of MS. In the back of my mind is the fact that one day my future will be drastically different than it is today. That although today I may be moving around okay, tomorrow I may not. I don't have times when my MS symptoms subside or get better. Mine just gradually and continually get worse. I am the same person I was before MS. Actually, I take that back. I'm not the same. I'm better than before I had MS. Because MS has taught me to be more caring, loving, and compassionate towards others. It's humbled me. I mean, no one wants to get to the place where they have to be in a wheelchair just to get around, or have someone else wipe their butt when they go to the bathroom, or help them take a shower. I mean, those are not things that people like to talk about. Or the fact that you have a catheter because your bladder has completely stopped working, and so you're wearing a bag every day for your urine to be caught in because your bladder was rebellious. I mean, nobody talks about those things. The fact that your breathing scares you because sometimes in the middle of the night you have a hard time catching your breath because the muscles across your ribs tightened and you couldn't get a deep enough breath. And how sometimes when you eat, food goes down the wrong way because your throat decided it didn't want to open up, or the fact that you can no longer drive, or the fact that you can't remember things without writing them down, but even then you lose the piece of paper you wrote it down on. Or just pouring yourself a cup of water can bring you to tears because you can't hold the cup without trembling and shaking and spilling it all over the place. Those are the things that people don't talk about. You see, I cry, I scream, struggle. I've been judged, stared at in public, and I've even lost friendships all because of MS. But regardless of everything that I'm facing, no matter what happens or how down I may feel, I'm a fighter. Every morning, I wake up to a battle. It's not one that I chose, but I wake up swinging with all the strength that I have. Sometimes I'm weak and MS wins, but even on my worst days, I'm a winner. It's because I don't quit. I may never feel better, but this battle isn't over, and neither is my life. I am simply living it differently than I used to.